Hello and welcome to another episode of Smashi Sports Podcast Show. My name is Hisham, joined today by Cairo Rahman. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Been a busy week this week, hasn't it? We just had our first ever live event yesterday. We had with Smashi and Loving Augustus Media. How did you find it?
Well, I really enjoyed the panels.
Yeah.
And they announced at the end that it's not going to be like our last panel. So it's so good having three panels. You get like to hear more people talking about like the experience, sharing knowledge. And especially it's our first edition, and hopefully we can have our second and third one.
You know what? It was good. It was good to hear comments from like the influencers and the media brands. But what I found interesting was like having the Loving team come on stage and
People asking them questions.
like how do you deal with this? How do you deal with hate comments? How do you find this? And like being able to solidify and like why we do things and how we do things, and just restoring faith in people that we know what we're doing. The stories that we do isn't just breaking news. It's more about community, making people feel good. Like it was nice to see that side of thing, and I enjoyed that. Like we had people from the other Loving brands that we have, which was amazing. We had Palestine.
We had Love in Palestine. We had from Love in Beirut,
Saudi.
Love in Riyadh. So yeah, it was a group of writers, and I really love that. I also saw the writers explore what they feel regarding like the comments that they get regarding the workflow, people asking them about their sources, them replying. So it's something I'm sure I've learned, and even though like not from also the other people, I just learned from my colleagues as well. I learned a lot of things about like the brand, either Lovin or Smashi. How does it feel like last day of the week?
Man, it feels good. I'm excited for the weekend. I have my family around this weekend, so gonna go and spend some time with the family. See how it goes. How about you?
Just sleep.
Just sleep.
Yeah, I need to recover. I played three games this week.
Yeah.
So I just need to recover a bit.
Well, let's get into the stories so we can get
Remember
you to your weekend.
last week we were last episode. Then it wasn't last week, was it?
The Monday.
Monday then. The week is over for me,
Yeah.
so just last week. Monday we talked about the Asian Champions League, and there were big games happening between Al Ain and Al Sadd. They tied 1-1, and surprisingly, you were just mentioning last time how Al Nasr FC do without without Ronaldo. They were playing Shorta.
How did they do?
1-1.
1-1.
1-1. Sultan Al Ghannam scored the first goal, and Muhammad Dawood equalized. That's all in the first half. So the second half, there was no any suspense. It was a kind of a lazy game. I feel like, when Ronaldo's in a game, it has a different hype. He's a very competitive person, as you can see. So I think the whole game changes when he's not there,
Was it evident to see that?
Yeah, because for me, I feel that like if I'm in their place and I have Ronaldo with me and he's not there, I feel the pressure that like if you lose, people who say that Ronaldo's not here, then you lost. That already put pressure on you, even if the team in front of you are not that good. You just feel like, I can't lose. So,
but do you think
that's what you think about?
Do you think the team feels that? Like like how a lot of fans probably watch Al Nassr because of Ronaldo. Do you think the team feels like Ronaldo's not here and they like might be in their head that they're not performing as best as they could? Do you think it's one of those situations?
What I'm sure of, if Ronaldo's not here, they get so much pressure because he's a big star. He takes all the pressure. I don't think they won a trophy last season. He took all the pressure away from them. He said, "We're still building a team. We're still working this, working that." That comes from experience. He's been pressured in Manchester United, Madrid, Juventus, but you see, he's an icon player. That's why he's a legend. But him not being there, that applies so much pressure on them. It's just like people watch Al Nassr because of Ronaldo, not because of the other players, not for the team, just for Ronaldo. But Ronaldo's here, so the team will lose. That's so much pressure.
Yeah.
Just imagine saying like, if that employee or that co-worker with you is not here, the project won't succeed. When you're working, you'll feel the pressure.
Yeah. No, I agree. I guess I can imagine how it is, but I think also like it would have been a great opportunity for the players to really show how they have leveled up. Since Ronaldo joined, they had the opportunity to show how they. I mean, they didn't lose, but in terms of like
it was an away
just
game.
the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the game itself, like they could have really shown, and they may have done so, but they could have shown like how they leveled up without Ronaldo, how they can survive without Ronaldo, because Ronaldo's not going to be here forever.
Yeah, obviously.
And relying on one person to take the team to that next level is hard enough.
Do you think he'll retire in Saudi?
Yeah, I'm sure he said he did as well. I'm sure he said that he was going to be done, you know. But I don't think I don't think he would ever go back to Europe.
Nah.
But I do think though that if he really is enjoying Saudi as much as he says he is, I reckon like he could be thinking about retiring and enjoying his life there maybe a little bit, or even partly like in the winter stay there, in the summer go back home
Yeah.
to where the family is. But it seems like they've settled a nice life. The kids are in school there learning Arabic. I saw some
Yeah.
video of their
Yeah,
son
yeah, yeah, yeah.
learning Arabic, so it's nice. I think yeah, Ronaldo's got a long future ahead, and his story's not over. Like once football ends, like he's now got the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see more of his life.
Total of 1 billion followers.
Yeah, bro,
Big
that's
numbers.
crazy.
Big numbers.
The first person as well, right, on social media to have 1 billion followers across all platforms, which is crazy. Yeah, I'm excited to just see like what his life is like outside the football pitch.
Yeah, always Ronaldo has to take us and talk 2 to 3, 4 minutes about him.
Yeah,
That's why who he is right now. You know?
Yeah.
I saw one of the interviews like, why do people like follow me? Why am I most followed person? It's like because people love the way I play. They like my lifestyle. They take me as an idol. People say it's an arrogant, but it's beliefs inside him. You know, that's me.
But,
That's what I do. That's what people follow me. That's what people like to watch me. They like to watch my cars, my house, my family, the way I treat my family. And actually, you can see how kind he is to his mother, his wife. Not sure.
But
it's
also like
official
for
or not.
him, like even like just in general, like he's never been so vocal on social media in terms of showcasing so much of his life. Everything that you see of him is what you see on the pitch.
Yeah.
You know, his anger problems on the pitch, his great scores.
Competitive.
He
Yeah,
just him in general, like you see it all on the pitch. So for now to be able to see him at a bit more in a deeper level, see more of insight in his life, I think at this stage it's great because when he retires, he's still going to be talked about. You know, people get to see more of him in a different light rather than just on the pitch. Whereas before, only time you saw him was on your television screen. You know.
Let's move on to the second game. We had Al Hilal versus Al Rayyan Al Qatari, and they won 3-1. Mitrovic again scores, Savage scores, and surprising for me, Cancelo, the back right. And I don't know how Al Hilal managed to make their players adapt that fast. Any other team in the league, like Al Nasr, Tahad, like players take, like we were talking about Tony in Al Ahli, like Al Hilal, any player who comes, they just have to score. He's a defender, he's a striker, he's a midfielder. He has to adapt by the first game. I don't know how. Cancelo scored. You see him very relieved in the game, as if he's playing with the team for like I don't know. It's not his first game.
Yeah.
And there was a funny viral video with Malcolm in one of the videos, and he's wearing the kandura, the Saudi kandura.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then he said that Malcolm, the Brazilian player, his name is not Joao Cancelo, his name is Mohamed Cancelo. So I feel like they're like, you know, these type of like, you know, the Brazilian Portuguese players, they don't really, you know, adapt that fast, but you just see them having fun and just enjoying Saudi there. It makes me feel like you know, I want to go play with them. You know?
Yeah. I don't think you could make it there, but okay.
I can go like, you know, help the team by any means, but I just want to be in the vibes there. You feel like you get jealous, like I want to be with them, you know.
That's how I feel about basketball. Sometimes when I watch people play basketball, I'm like, you know what, that could have been me.
Yeah.
Which probably wouldn't have been me, but it could have been.
Yeah.
You know, so I get what you mean. But also like, I think also like, because it's like one of those things. Have you ever, you know, remember in school where like the new kid that comes in school a bit later on, you know, say all eyes are on him, and he has to adapt so quick to the culture to figure out who's friends with who, has to figure all that. And I think that's what's happening here in Saudi, where like the players are coming into a new team from overseas. So one, they have to figure out the culture. Two, they have to understand the players they're playing with. Three is that they have to understand where their position is between those players. So like figuring all that out, if they do it quick enough, like you're saying, bro, you can tell straight away on the pitch.
Al Hilal, oh my God, the players adapt
very quick.
Very quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to the board members and the staff team of Al Hilal. Like, let's move on.
Maybe it's also the players around him as well, like helping him figure it out.
I told you before, like Monday, that Al Hilal are somewhere else because they play as a team, they play as a family. If anyone goes off and comes on, it's just the same. And also, Cancelo wasn't adapting. He went to many loans, Juventus, Barcelona. He came back to Manchester City. I think he has a problem with Pep Guardiola, but it's a free transfer now. It's a full transfer now, not a loan. So I'm sure he's gonna stay there for a bit. You know, like Cancelo plays, but like back right of the international team in Portugal. You know, he's one of the best back right, top 10 back rights in the world.
Nice.
Having him in Saudi, it's something good. You know, in my point of view, like you know. Also, Al-Wasl were playing and they won 1-0. Sufyan scored in the 64 minutes. Really surprising win from my side. They also Al-Wasl next game in the second round. They're gonna play against Al-Ahli Jeddah. So very two big teams. That's it. That's all the games that we had from the Asian Champions League. Looking forward for the upcoming games. As I mentioned to you, we have Al-Wasl and Al-Jeddah. The games will be played on the 30th of this month. Hopefully a few games. But like in the beginning, it was like Arabs versus like Qatar, Saudis. Now it's just like they're going to go across Asia. But Al-Nasr will play Al-Rayyan. Al-Wasl will play Al-Ahli Jeddah. That's a very good match that we need to watch. We'll catch up all the news with us on Smashi Sports Instagram page.
For sure.
Moving on to the Saudi League, apart from the Asian Champions League. Big game happening in 2 days. Al-Hilal versus Ittihad Jeddah. Al-Hilal, which has Mitrovic, Cancelo, Malcolm, Bono, are going to play against Benzema, N'Golo Kante, Fabinho. They just got Daniello. Very big team. And you also have the top scorer of the Saudi League is Mitrovic with 6 goals. Karim Benzema on the second place from Ittihad, 4 goals. Okay, and Hossam Al-Awar, 3 goals from Ittihad. So you got the 3 competing on the goal scorer. Al-Ahli and 2 from Ittihad Jeddah. So this game is gonna be like, you know when they say like it's one of the game seasons, the season games. So it's gonna be a very challenging game. I personally would predict it's gonna be a strong game, but Al-Hilal would win. The gap won't be like last year, but the game will be on the 21st of September in Prince Faisal bin Fahd Stadium. Hopefully. You want to guess the score when I say anything? Want to guess the score? Want to guess the score?
What does that mean?
You want to guess the score?
Oh, you want to guess the score?
Yeah.
I would say 2-1.
To who? Al-Ahli or Ittihad?
Etihad.
Ittihad. You like Benzema?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why. I see.
But I've watched Etihad play, and then they play a fun match. They play fun games. Like the players are quite exciting to watch. I haven't really watched too much of the other team, but I'm saying 2-1. What are you saying?
Okay. Game is at 10 p.m. Dubai time. Hopefully, we'll give you the top news about it.
What's your score?
My score? Al-Hilal, they don't hold the 2 and 3. They go for more. So I think like 3-1.
Really?
3-1, 4-2. 3-1. We'll stick to 3-1. Mark my word.
Okay, fine. 2-1, 3-1.
There we go. Let's move on to UAE League, the Arabian Gulf League. Next game will be happening after tomorrow on the 21st of this month. Al-Wasl have really big games ahead. I just mentioned to you they're going to play Ahli Jeddah on the 30th. But before, they have a very long road. First, they're going to play at home against Al-Nasr on the 21st. And then they're going to go to Al-Ain, play against Al-Ain on the 26th. And then they're going to fly to Jeddah. Oh, sorry, it's going to be home. And then they're going to play Al-Ahli Jeddah. So they have 3 important games in the beginning of the season. It very hard time of the season. Very hard time of the season. Al-Nasr also is a very strong team currently at the moment. They're like one of like the top 2 teams in my perspective in the game here. Especially Nasr is now like almost like they only played 2 games, but Al-Nasr is in the first place, then Sharjah, then Shabab Al-Ahli. Al-Ain unlucky. Al-Wasl is unlucky. They drew a match and they won a match, so they only have 4 points. So they need to like start catching up because you've already got like 4 teams with 6 points, and they're gonna continue. And that's the starts are always important. For me, the first 10 games in any league are the most important games. Do you believe in the start, or like you believe at the end I can still catch?
No, I think getting the points in at the start does definitely help you at the end. But I think the first 10 games also can be seen as like the boring games, you know, like not the favorite teams are playing each other. Like, you know, when you get to the semifinals and the finals and even just up to quarterfinals, like your favorite teams are playing against each other, you know, the big
but
teams.
that regarding the cups, while I'm talking about the league, it's just 30 games, just like the normal league without finals.
The first 10 games matters.
Yeah.
I mean, like I think like I said, get the points in. Get the points in as quick as you can. Just because like it will help you in the long run. I think strategy wise, get the points in.
Let's move into our second or third story of today. To the court of Giza has released Ahmad Fattouh, the back left of Zamalek team and international Egyptian football team. As I mentioned before, that he was involved in a car accident where one of the police officers has passed away. The case is not closed, but he's just been released until the case is postponed till the 15th of October. He's back to training with the team. Hopefully he can play the next African game, but he won't be able to catch the Super Cup between Al Ahly and Zamalek. It's going to be held here in Abu Dhabi from the 29th of October. It's going to be like a big game. It's like between like, you know, the the Champions League, Europa League. It's like the African and Confederation Cup. So it's like the toppest two teams in Africa. So safely he's been released and the case is still on court. Moving on to our third story, Chris Brown's CB.
Not the singer.
Huh?
Not the singer.
Not the singer.
No. So this story is an exciting one. CB10 Community Initiative is basically a guy here in Dubai called Chris Brown. He's a British expat, and he's found this opportunity where he wants to help the UAE find young talent through this initiative. And this initiative is kind of is helping families and also helping coaches be able to get experience on the field. You know, he also says something like there's players like Raheem Sterling, I think Rashford as well, where like they all played at such a low level at the start, which is where they got discovered. So he's hoping for the future of sports in this country is where the talent for mainstream international football can be found here. So his initiative is basically helps out families because it's pay per play. So it's like as little as 10 dirhams. You know, your children can come and play for 10 dirhams, and they pay per play, but also like they get the opportunity to work with these coaches who have experience, and also new coaches who don't have experience to work with these two and push out the talent for the world to see.
Yeah, like Chris lived here since 2004. He knows the region. We did with him two competitions, MENA Cup, round 1 and round 2, the qualification and the final round. You can also watch all the games, 180 games total of the two competitions, qualifications and final on Smashi TV. You find the MENA Cup and original content. But something that I just don't see, me as a kid, back in the days, we've never heard like you paying money to get seen. You know what I mean? We would like, clubs were begging to find talents. But now I hear a lot of people pay a lot of money for their kids to play.
But that's what he was saying. Like he knows that people paid a lot of money or pay a lot of money for their children to play. So his whole thing is, you know, you pay per play, and it's not even just about discovering talent. For him, it's like he wants to build a football culture on a grassroots level, which means like allowing everyone to participate. You know, no matter where you're from. Exactly. He's trying to build that culture here, so everyone gets to play, no matter what level you are or where you are in your sports. But he also mentions something that I like that he's doing is coach development part of it as well. Where he kind of basically says that new coaches in the UAE can find the opportunity to gain on-hand experience as well. You know, and so it's not just for the kids, but it's also for people that want to find a career in this sport. The UAE is always building, it's always growing. They're developing, you know, people really well over here. So I think, having this initiative, I think is great for the kids, for the coach, for football lovers, for families that, want their children to play at a certain level eventually. The opportunity to get discovered is great. And you just never know where it can take you, man. Some of these great players in the UK as well, like in the Premier League and stuff, some of these great players were discovered in places like this. So who says, some of these kids from the UAE won't get discovered in the same way?
Yeah. You have people coming around from nowhere you never know about. And we had this player called Omar Marmoush. He's our age, and like we never used to hear, like he was the '97 generation, and we never used to heard of him. We never heard of him. And finally, right now, he plays in Stuttgart in Germany. He's one of the main players in the national team. That's his destiny. You can be like seen in a club or pay a certain amount, or go to a club that has fans and you have agents pushing you, but you still won't make it.
Yeah.
And you can be like nowhere. Nobody knows anything about you. You just play one game. You just do a nice pass, nice assist. It's in the brains of like the fans. Because at the end, whoever watch football understand football. If he's a bad player, you would say he's a bad player. If he's a good player, And then you have this favorite word that we have in Arabic, wasta.
Wasta, yeah.
In football, like 60% is wasta. 60% is football. 60% is wasta. I just saw that crazy thing, like especially in like Nigeria, Africa. You got a lot of agents going there trying to get players and changing their age and making them travel to Europe and just signing them. Like it's like I really appreciate such a thing trying to get from the GCC, because there is a lot of talent here, especially in UAE. There is a lot of people who balls and plays. I play amateur now, but I see players. I say, how is he just playing with us? And I'm like, I don't know, 9 side or 11 aside, he should be like somewhere else. But yeah,
I think it's that's one of the important things. I think the way I see it is, like every country in the world, right, has one best player to represent that country, right? But if we don't have the opportunities for us to find that person, then we losing. Yeah. And I think where the UAE is, having these initiatives, having these leagues, having these competitions, having these players, these stars like come out. Eventually, I'm telling you, we're going to have that one player from the UAE representing, like we have with, like Morocco's a great example.
Yeah.
What's his name that played for the Moroccan team?
Ashraf Hakimi.
Hakimi. Yeah, that's it, right? Hakimi. Like that's a perfect example, bro. Yeah. Like he's from Morocco. You'll never think, a great player can come from there because not enough eyes are over there. But he's doing great for his country.
But that's the develop, because the federation has been working on this generation. I'm not remember the accurate name of the academy, but they have this academy in Morocco where they get players and just fly them, take the experience. You see like a lot of African teams now. You see like the full squad are playing outside, except the Egyptian national team. You only have Salah, Marmoush, Trezeguet, Mustafa, and the rest are like playing in the Egyptian league. That's what makes a gap, So you having players going there, seeing what's going on, and coming back trying to apply it, that's crazy.
They just need one opportunity, man. Yeah, I think just one opportunity.
I'll tell you a quote that one of my coaches said it to me. He's like, anyone can love football, like you can love basketball, you can love, especially like basketball and football and American football. Yeah, celebrities, like being a celebrity is something, but the players is something else, because you can be a good star, but you'll never do a movie for 2 or 2. But like on a weekly basis, you see the same player for like 8-9 months. When it's preseason, you die waiting for games to come back. So he told me that anyone can love a ball. It's fine, we can all love it, but the ball itself chooses who she will love back.
Yeah.
Because you will have someone he's just giving so hard and he doesn't make it, and someone's just working solo, but he has the talent, so he makes it. Yeah, anyways, thank you, football. Moving on to our last story, we have an international Al-Wahda Basketball Championship. Championship started already yesterday on a Thursday. We can give that out to you, and it will end on Wednesday. It has a very exciting teams, Group A and Group B. Listen up closely. So you have Al-Wahda SG from UAE. You have FUS from Morocco. Sajis from Lebanon, Al-Bashir from Oman, that's Group A. Group B, Kuwait SC from Kuwait, Al-Ittihad from Egypt, national team of UAE, and that's really good for the UAE team to use this tournament to warm up for the next competition. So you have kicking off. You have the first game happened already yesterday. Al-Ittihad played against UAE national teams, Sajid versus Al-Barsha, FUSAT versus Al-Wahda. You got on a Friday off, but the games kick back on the 21st, 22nd, and then you have the 23rd as a rest day. And then 25th. It comes back on the 24th and 25th, and it actually goes into qualification, semi-final, final, and who doesn't make it to the final and participate in the semi-final will play on the third place. What do you think of this tournament and how that will help the UAE national team to
I think it's interesting because we have two teams representing the UAE, Al-Wahda and the national team. I think it's interesting because, like, you know, when it comes down to international games, it's always like the best players from each country. You know, like we got what, UAE, Morocco, Lebanon, Oman, Kuwait, Egypt, Iraq. Yeah, you know, it's like all of these players are. All these countries are going to be picking the best players to represent the country, right? Which makes it like more exciting because these players are already a little bit seasoned. These players are the best of the best. So, you know, like the competition, the fierceness is going to be great. But the UAE national team, I think, play great. I've seen them play so many times. I do like them. I do like Bahrain. Bahrain's another one I really like.
Bahrain and Lebanon, they're like...
Lebanon, what do you call it? Lebanon crowd? Go crazy. The drums come out. Like I love that. Like I think we need more of that. But Lebanon crowd, Bahrain team, I love.
They'll kill you if you discuss basketball.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. Like the way they know how to have fun, bring the energy out, which I also think is what makes the team more motivated, more great on the pitch. I mean on the court. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see how this one goes down. I'm always excited to see any basketball game, especially when it comes to the international teams, because that's where you get to pick the players that you like, you know.
Yeah. We'll be covering the UAE national team on Smashi Sports. Tune up with us on a Sunday. Also, we have an exciting news for you on Sunday. First official game. It's going to be Precision Club. We're still going to announce it soon to you through our Instagram and social media platforms, through Smashi Sports. Really looking forward for that game. Thank you, Cairo. Thank you for today.
Thank you, Hisham.
Looking forward on seeing you again on Monday.
Yeah, man, for sure. And don't forget, you know, that you can watch these episodes on Smashi TV. You can watch the games on Smashi TV. You can follow us on Smashi TV. And also Smashi Sports, you can follow us as well.
Also tune in to our podcast on your favorite platform, Anghami, Apple Podcast, Spotify. Thank you again for joining us, Cairo. Hopefully, we have an exciting interview coming. You also did not mention.
Yeah, we can't mention it yet.
See?
We can't mention it yet. Don't careful.
You thought I was going to end, but I came back to you.
Exciting interview. Hopefully, it'll come out Monday. If not, maybe Friday. If not, it'll come out soon. But don't forget to download Smashi TV.
Don't forget
to download Smashi TV.
See you on Monday. This is Smashi Sport Podcast Show, a part of Augustus Media Podcast Network. See you on Monday at 11 a.m.
See you Monday, 11 a.m. Download Smashi TV.